Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we talk about ordering dinner, ordering
I was
snacks.
just going to say.
That's where I go.
A gain of 6 there on first. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Deion Jones in there to bury him for a loss of 11. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him, and you really want to play well for him.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go! Grand 38!
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're doing...
Passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Flex round. Here we go.
They're going to look to throw. Steps away to his left. And the ball is knocked out. And who's got it? The Giants. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close, and it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Here we go. 3-19.
A first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they got there pretty good about it. I thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus. You know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Call that a 48-yard punt and made even better by a loss on the return. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll set up a throw. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
So we've reached the end of a fairly even first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that article go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go now.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's brought down. A nice little juke move that preceded it, but not much thereafter.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
16 yards on that one at a Raven first. They'll look to throw here on first down. He dumps it off for Henry. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Goes underneath for Henry. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Ohio! Ohio!
They'll set up to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
New York will last time. We'll see what they can get here.
An offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters up.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Fielded at about the 28. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. And the Bengals out to the early advantage. Cam Newton with 1 touchdown pass thus far. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Wide open, it's Marshall complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Flex round! Flex round!
Back to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Marshall. A good pickup there, 26 yards. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs.
Flex round! Flex round!
Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. In for the score. And the Ravens are in for 6. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but now their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. New York set to take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, second and manageable.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Green 39! Green 39!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Brad Nordman now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take it at the 42. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Ohio! Ohio!
They'll throw now on the final play. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. That is man complete over the middle. That's Wilkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice yards. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see
different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throwing right in, that's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Ravens will extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game. Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week. On second down, here's Barkley. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That one good for 12 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down.
Now let's go. Green.
A handoff to Barkley. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Looking to throw over the middle, and it's incomplete.
My good friend, I'm just going to pose the question to you. Did that look like a pass that he should have thrown?
Now, the rookie probably needs to be a little bit more careful in these situations.
Yeah, that throw will turn him into a veteran quicker, but not in the way that he wants. He wants to learn his lessons by making good throws, not throws like that.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Ravens have got it.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Here we go.
Now Marshall. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
190. Flex round.
He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Flex round! Flex round!
He'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
They'll drop to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Flex round! Flex round!
They're going to look to throw. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Giants ready to come out now. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what do you get, symptomatic?
Yeah,
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as the Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll look to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, Looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Back to throw here. And got his man complete. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
And they pick up the first down on a fourth down play. I don't know if the defense relaxed because they thought maybe they'd stopped them on third down or if they just didn't protect the sticks very well. But, boy, that's a big-time pickup right there.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to wind up in it, and this is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. In for the score. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, is what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives. And a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after him right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's
It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A big play there with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on. and they just play better and better.
Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Flex round! Flex round!
Now back to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Flex round!
They'll set up a throw. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. Well, they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards on the play. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Again, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Olivier Vernon in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays.
Flex round!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now they are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
They'll set up to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Barry Church. And nothing but daylight ahead. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row,
Here we go.
you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game.
Here we go.
Big reason why they're down.
39! Green 39!
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's caught. Shepard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Now let's go. Green 30.
Throw left side complete to Ingram. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 10. And Ingram hauls it in. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Back to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Complete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And his kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now he's going to throw. This is taken in. It's complete. And a loose football. And who's got it? The Giants. Let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. And all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball is the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Looking to throw. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Rolling to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Olivier Vernon. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to go deep down the left. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. 64 yards. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Ravens, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. So for Charles Davis,